Hi there. My name is Julia, and I'm here to tell you about biodiversity. The most common definition used to describe biodiversity is the variability among living organisms from all sources, including, among other things, terrestrial, marine, and other aquatic ecosystems, and the ecological complexes of which they are a part, including diversity within species, between species, and of ecosystems. That can be a little confusing though, right? So I'm going to explain it in terms that are a little easier to understand. Biodiversity is basically the variety of genes, species, populations, and ecosystems on our Earth. Like how humans have different genes and live in different environments, so do other organisms. Let's start out with identifying how biodiversity works on different levels of organization. The different levels of organization playing into biodiversity include genetic, species, and ecosystem biodiversity. Genetic biodiversity is a difference of genes between individual organisms within a species. Species biodiversity is the diversity of different species within an ecosystem. Lastly, ecosystem biodiversity is the different types of ecosystems and climates around the world that can affect the species and genetic diversity of the area. Some examples are tundra, tropical rainforest, desert, and grasslands. Biodiversity has major benefits to society in important areas such as medicine, agriculture, and ecosystem services. Medicine uses different types of wild plant species for drugs and different antibiotics. Many of these are found in tropical rainforests where there is an abundance of plant diversity. Biodiversity in agriculture is very important because with the genetic variety of crops, a disturbance is less likely to wipe out all the crops, giving humans a reliable food source. Species and ecosystem diversity is very important because it provides us with free services that keep our resources such as air, water, and soil clean, as well as cycle nutrients through the earth. Who wouldn't want that? Although biodiversity is essential, humans still seem to reduce it through altering habitats, hunting, introducing non-native species, pollution, and the significant addition to climate change. Altered habitats can reduce the population of species and make the ecosystem weaker and more sensitive to a disturbance. Habitat fragmentation can put hunted species in more danger because of the ease of finding a specific species in a smaller area. Habitat fragmentation is when habitats get broken up because of these risks. Hunting and the demand for wildlife products makes rare or endangered animals more at risk for extinction because of the demand for them through the desire for animal pelts, furs, bones, and ivory, just to name a few. Everyone knows about pollution, right? Well, it doesn't just have negative effects on our environment. Pollutants can also endanger biodiversity in several ways. Climate change, of all the threats to biodiversity, is probably the scariest and largest one. Even with animals so equipped to adapt to their surroundings, they can only change up to a certain point when it becomes too much for them to handle. These threats to biodiversity will make many species extinct if we don't change our conservation and ecological methods, and fast.
Created using Powtoon.